What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. Sorry, no webcam today. It is hot in Southern California. I guess it's not that hot. It's 80 degrees, but it's hot. I don't feel like putting on pants or a shirt, so here we are in our chonies with no face cam. I hope you guys had a good day today. Pretty easy. We were looking for puts at the spike base if we opened below, which we did. And we were looking to close at the 2025 value area high. Still a good move, a couple of points. Obviously, they did a lot more than that, but it is what it is. They kind of faded me on what I was expecting to happen today. We do have a D-shaped profile. It's just not... Well, I guess I drew that kind of too big, but it's not the D shape I was looking for. I was expecting more of us to trade in this range here, but it is what it is. It's still a D shape profile. That's what we were expecting. That's what they did. They just gapped down for, or not gap, but they sold off first, and then they created this D down here. I mean, I guess you could argue that it's a lowercase b. I don't know. We can fight about it. I'll give you guys my address. All right. Yeah, sorry, Triple G. In my chonies, it's hot. Oops, did not mean to do that. Excuse me, sorry. Whoa, that came out of nowhere. Let's delete some stuff. And then get to getting. Oh, and I should say this was good, but then live, I said they should reverse a little bit above 688. So like here, I was looking for them to reject and go lower. They went all the way up to, what's the high here? Is that right? Oh yeah, 689.10. So I was in a little bit early. They did do the sell-off that I was looking for. And then I didn't say this, but I was expecting them to bounce and possibly go even significantly higher than this, but they weren't able to do that today. This is kind of line in the sand that bears need to stay below. And so far they did that today. All right, let's chart this up. You're probably going to hear my daughter in the background. She just entered the room, and she is talking in her own language. She is also having a party. She knows she's going to a concert tonight. My son has yet another show tonight. Like, this kid is getting there so much that he's doing shows on Thursday nights now. Pretty crazy. My wife, I have work tonight, but my wife actually has to leave like pretty soon here because it's going to be rush hour traffic. Their load in time is like 6 p.m. And then sound check from, I think they said 7 to 8. I can't remember. But Yeah, they're going to be busy. You wish, Triple G. I would get banned from YouTube in a hot second. They need to do something about all of this. I'm wondering, I mean, we could probably start erasing some of this, like it's getting... Specifically here. Actually, I'm going to erase this. It's literally doing nothing for us. The real single prints are up here at the top. Oh, and I guess I forgot to chart it. We have a poor low down here. Alrighty. Oh, and Netflix. Whew. I think I originally called out buying Netflix. It would have been $83 a share and some change. I don't remember the exact amount, but at the time, is that right? I can't even remember. It was when Netflix sold off. It was when it was trading. Yeah, so I think it was here. Oh no, this is February. I'm not really sure. It was probably here when we got this sell-off. I don't remember the exact... No, that's 2024. Yeah, so it was here. This makes sense. So it was when Netflix was in the thousands, right? So before they did the 10-for-1 stock split, it was like 1,060 a share. And then they sold off... it wouldn't have been here because I called it out right around $83 a share. I know it wasn't 83 on the dot, 83 and some change. So I said to be a buyer here. And, you know, then they had their stock split. At the time, it was 800 and whatever, 830 some odd dollars and some change. And I mean, if you bought there and you had sold, you're good. If you were holding, which to me, this is a long-term position I'm holding still, you're still looking good. Now you're up like almost $10 a share. And I have 170 shares right now. I have an order to sell 70 right around here somewhere. I don't remember the exact amount, but it's just shy of $100 a share. I would like to basically just lock in some profits and take off some of my risk, and then leave the other 100, you know, as a long-term hold, and hopefully get some stock splits and, you know, whatever else. Anyway, the other one too, this one I'm a little bit bummed about. I don't remember exactly where we called this out. I want to say it was in like the $80 range or something like that. It might have been lower. I know like we originally called it out, and then we added on at some point, probably right around here. And then things were looking decent. And then it sold off. And basically for me, once we kind of lost that right there, that was my stop loss. And so I closed my position at a loss. And then they just absolutely crushed earnings and rocketed. But whatever. I mean, you can't win them all. I know there's some people that still held their position, and they're, you know, like... there's some people that have been, you know, like messaging me like, oh, thanks for Circle, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And me, I'm like, wow, I'm kind of surprised you're still in it, but I'm happy for you. I took an L on my shares, and again, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Can't win them all, and I am more than happy to talk about my wins and also my losses. And I guess speaking of wins and losses, I should probably just show you guys this really quickly. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I kind of had to do like an entire mental reset. I was going live daily for a long time, except for like the odd day here and there I would miss or whatever. But pretty consistently, I was live every day. And I don't want to say this like in a negative way, but I was just giving a lot of myself, if that makes sense. Where, I would need to do stuff with my family, and I'm like, oh, but I got to get home by this time so I can go live and do my YouTube video. And like, like that was my priority. And for lack of a better word, it's difficult, right? Like it's difficult to commit to being live every single day. And I don't know, like I got to a point, I don't know if you guys could hear it in my voice. Like right now, I feel great. I feel rested. I feel energetic. I feel energized. I'm happy to be live. Whereas even just up till last week, I was feeling anxious about going live. I don't know what was causing that, but like, maybe it was just like this need or this feeling that like I had to go live. And even my trading was getting affected. And so I can't remember when last week, I'm trying to think, sorry. I guess, well, actually I can look. I think it was on Monday, actually. Actually, no, it was not Monday. It was Friday. And I got super frustrated, actually, or not super frustrated. That's not the right word. If we look back at Friday, okay, so here, I couldn't tell you exactly where, but like, I think I was short here and they sold off and I was expecting more. Actually, no, it wasn't here because it would have been here. I was short here. We got a sell-off, but I was looking for more. They didn't give it to me. It reversed. I got stopped out. And then up here at the top, I was short again and got like a little win. And then when we came up to here, I got in short early and I was completely overpositioned because I was frustrated. I was doing exactly what a trader shouldn't do. And again, I'm perfectly, fine and happy to talk about my mistakes. So hopefully other people don't make them. But I completely overpositioned for my account size. I kind of knew, like, I was just, I don't even really know how to explain it, but I was like, I knew I needed a reset. And I was like, if this trade hits, cool. If it doesn't, I'll reset my account. I'll start over fresh, and it is what it is. It was a small account anyway, so it wasn't like a huge loss or anything. But again, I entered pretty large here. They literally stopped me out to like, it was like 1 or 2 ticks. So like they barely stopped me out, and then they dumped. And if I hadn't got stopped out, I would have made like $2,800. Sorry, my dog is going insane. I would have made $2,800 on the trade. Instead, I blew my account. So that Friday, I reset my account. And then I was frustrated because funded a new account, was trying to get in short still up here. And my account wasn't working. Like I ended up having to like talk to their support team, actually quite a few times, and I was getting really frustrated with that. I ended up not being able to take a trade. And then even come Monday, they were telling me, or I think it was Sunday, I was trading Sunday, and like I entered a trade and it immediately stopped me out. So I took a tiny loss on that. They refunded me the money, but yeah, my account was not fixed. It finally got fixed Monday morning, and I was able to start trading again. And so this is my current account starting over fresh. My trade win rate overall is 50%, 3 wins, 3 losses. My day trade win rate, so basically New York session, is 100%. Profit factor, you guys should understand, anything over 1 indicates a profitable trading system. My average win loss is over 2 to 1. I never really liked this metric because sometimes I'll take a big trade, or like I'm looking for a big move and I'll have a wider stop loss, and sometimes I'm looking for a smaller move and I'll have a tighter stop loss. So sometimes I'll take like bigger losses, but they're not too big for my account. But this is pretty hard for like a mathematically to generate if your ratio is greater than 2 to 1. So there's all that. And then this is my week. So again, my account was fixed on Monday. I didn't have the best day on Monday. 4 trades, 3 wins, 1 loss, was still up 4% on the day. 1 trade on Tuesday, up basically 13%. I did not trade on Wednesday. I just was not feeling it. And then 1 trade today, up 8.3%. So far, 27% for the week. I should be trading tomorrow. It should be live. It'll be like an hour after the market opens because I have work tonight. So I will post in the morning, basically assuming that I do go live. Sometimes I'll come home. Oh, shoot. I want to be in a trade at 81. I don't want to miss that. Anyway, so that's that. I guess that's just me being transparent, talking about where I'm at, even talking about emotions. Trading can be very difficult, especially emotionally. And I don't know. Again, I have literally no idea what was going on with me. I don't understand why. I was feeling however I was feeling, but I was really struggling just for literally no reason whatsoever, and even just feeling anxious about going live on YouTube, which is weird. Anyway, all is good now. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. Like, I'm energized. I feel good. I feel rested. Life is good. Today was a bearish day, right? But we have a pretty big buying wick. But now in the overnight session, they're bringing it back down. We're almost even with the low of the day. There's still a chance, that they push this higher and make new all-time highs. But if I were to guess, they're probably selling up here, getting inputs, getting their short positions ready to take this lower. This is just weird, right? So it basically looks kind of like this here, where they're distributing, we sell off, right? And then they finally take it higher and go make new higher highs. That's really what I think they're going to do here. I think this is a distribution phase. They're going to sell off probably to the bottom of this box, bounce, and then make new higher highs. All right. Q Anderson, I can probably answer that question. But let me finish charting up SPY, and then we'll talk about that. I look at a lot when I'm looking at stocks, so I don't know. I mean, again, I will answer you. I just don't know how helpful it's going to be. All right, they bounced again. I think I'm going to stick an order at 68.81 for long. I'm probably going to take a really small position because I want to have a wider stop loss. I want my stop loss to be below these single prints. Um, so probably, I don't think I need it that far below. Something like this. And boy, you can target 908. It's slightly below 2 to 1. I'm still gonna run it. Um, Again, I'm gonna take like 2 MES, like literally nothing. I can probably tell you exactly how much money I'm risking as soon as I place my order here. So stop at, is that 67? Yeah. Oh no, I can't tell you how much I'm risking. And then take profit at 908. You could probably target like 912 and be fine. But I'll be at work and I won't be able to manage my position. Let me see. I can probably tell you guys exactly what I'm risking. It's $5 per tick, and it's 56 ticks. Is that right? No, that's not right. Is it? Because if it is, I'm risking way too much. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to do this. I would be risking $580 or $560. That's 14. Never mind. I'm doing this. I'm completely mathing wrong. Duh. It's 5 times 14 times 2. I'm risking $140 to make, let me see, 5 times 27 times 2 to make 270. I'll leave my orders there. I just opened up our cluster charts and footprint charts. There is one area basically that we want to be aware of, which is, this is where I put my order, right? If I zoom out, beginning of an uptrend, right? And we created a buy side imbalance right there. You can see, so like this buy side imbalance that was created in the middle of a trend was completely not respected. I talked about that, on Monday. I've talked about it other times, but most recently I talked about this on Monday. We don't look to trade imbalances in the middle of trends. We look for the ones that happen at the beginning of a trend. So that's why I have my order there at 81. I do want to chart this on SPY, just in case this does not get tested in the overnight session. And yeah, 81 to 79. I should add, my wife and my son right now are getting ready to take off, and I'm pretty jealous. That's one, I guess, hard thing about being, like the breadwinner in the house. My son will have shows, and I have to work, and I don't get to go 10:14 to 13 to 14. The sacrifices that we have to make. Mm. So this is probably going to be one of the most important levels tomorrow, if they give it to us. And if you didn't see, it was 685.31 to 685.14. People know, like the last time we drew one of these, they literally like wick down to it really quick and then just rocketed, like it was almost to a T. Hopefully, some of y'all jumped in Netflix when I called it out Tuesday, and again, we'll look at that in just, or I'll show you guys what I was looking at. So this is going to be a big area of interest for calls. There's a chance they might want to clean up this poor low. That's why my stop loss was below that. Make sure your stop loss is below this if you take this. Maybe grab, like a cheaper contract. That way you have the ability to not take, or basically you're not taking such a big loss. That's exactly what I'm doing with this trade. I showed you guys very, very small position, much smaller than I normally trade. Reason being is I just need my stop loss to be protected in case they want to clean up that poor low. This will probably be wild tomorrow if we get there. From here, I would probably target previous week value area high. You could try for previous day. You could also try for the single prints. But this is going to be like a good safe spot to close, and you would have made plenty of money. From the top here, I would be targeting our previous day value area high. Okay. This is really it for tomorrow. Especially days where I know, like, pretty much with 100% certainty, like, I'm going live. The only time that I don't go live, like, if I have a 100% plan of going live, is since I'm not able to be on right at the open. If there's some major move, like it looks like we're just having like a complete, trend day down, and I get home and like all of this has happened, I'm a reversal trader, and so days like this I just would not trade. Where I've already missed like a big move, and sometimes like today we got a big move and they did reverse it, and I was able to trade that reversal. But sometimes they just continue lower and lower, or higher and higher and higher. And I do not do good trading on those days. Again, as a reversal trader, if there's no reversal, I'm not going to do well, right? So that would be the only reason I wouldn't be live tomorrow, is if there's some major move in one direction or the other, and it looks like we're just going to keep continuing in that direction. That would be the only instance I would be live. But so with that said, playing stuff between, here and here, I would rather call it out live, like little scalps or whatever. But for the bigger moves, we want calls here and we want puts up here. I'm going to screenshot this really quick, post it in Keenan's, and then we'll go over Netflix. Oh, and I also feel like I missed, let me show this really quick. I feel like I missed Microsoft. There was, and I feel kind of dumb. I talked about this, I want to say on like Monday. I was looking for, I don't even remember exactly. I think right around here. I want to say it was 64. I was looking to buy in this area, and then when I saw this bounce happen the other day, I looked at my charts that I'm about to pull up, and I'll just show you on Microsoft. And this was such a good buying opportunity. Like, it's just not even funny. And I feel pretty stupid because I had money sidelined that I wanted to get in Microsoft shares. And I missed the boat, at least for now. It's not a big deal. You're going to miss trades. I'm going to miss trades. Life happens. And it is what it is. Let me just post this really quick. All right, so let's go over Netflix and also Microsoft really quickly, and I will show you what I look at. The only issue with what I'm about to show you is it's not really going to help many people. And also, Q Anderson, I wanted to say thank you. I saw that you subscribed to the friend tier on YouTube, and just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Loading up TOS here so I can show you guys. And I'm sure everybody knows, like, I'm not here trying to sell anything to anybody. The only reason I'm about to say what I'm about to say is because what I'm about to show you, you cannot do without spending money. And if you're interested, then we would be happy to get you set up. If you're not interested, that's fine. But again, I wouldn't even be talking about this if you didn't ask how I found or what I was seeing on Netflix. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. The only way to do what I'm about to show you is you would have to spend money. I think you also have to live in America because I don't think you can use Thinkorswim outside of the US. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't. So if we go to Netflix, and then you can even see my order. I told you guys I have a sell order. Looks like $99.79. I knew it was right around just shy of $100. Wow, did they go to 95? Basically $96 today. That's crazy. So what I was seeing is this right here, and let me zoom out. What this is this is based on Elliott waves. Bye. Love you. Drive safe. So I'm trying to figure out like the best way to show you guys this. I guess here's an example. So wave 1 down to wave 2, then up to wave 3, down to wave 4, and that triggers what we call a full send. Basically, Elliott waves are 5 waves. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We trade the 4 to 5 wave because the 4 to 5 wave tends to be the cleanest move that happens the quickest, and basically just less choppy. In this case, the 3 wave was cleaner, but generally it's 4 to 5 that's more direct. The bigger move also. So here where it triggered, down at $45 and some change. And then as you can see, the high is like $70 and some change. So $30 move, or not quite, $25 move. Yeah. $25 move based off of this full send. And this is on, these are monthly candles on a 10-year chart, right? The other thing about Elliott waves is 3 or 5 is always going to be higher than 3. So like even if you took it here and closed at 3, you're still going to make money. It's going to continue higher. And then it's going to, like have a move down, whatever, create a 1. Obviously they're not always in an upward direction. So, if the 1 is at the bottom, then the 2 is at the top, then the 3 is at the bottom, 4 is at the top, and 5 would be at the bottom. So I use this as like a, what's it called? A guide. I don't use it exclusively. Elliott waves, it's a mathematical measurement. It's not always correct. But I use it as a general guide, right? And then from there, I look for other confluence points. And so here we have a full send up on monthly charts on a 10-year time frame that's basically saying that Netflix is going higher than 134 and some change. So when I saw this, whatever it was, Monday, Tuesday, I can't remember, that's when I mentioned it on my YouTube channel. But also there was more confluence than just that. Whoa. I'm trying to pull this up there. This is Keltner clouds. They're custom Keltner clouds. They are pretty damn accurate, for lack of a better word. And so, oops. Down here we have, it's going to be kind of hard to see because we have clouds that are overlapping each other. But this is going to be our quarterly bottom. No, it's the monthly bottom. I'm sorry. Monthly bottom cloud up here. And then in the middle of it, we have the daily bottom, right? And that's right where price came to and bounced. And that was on 2/23. I think that's the day when I called this out, right? Yeah, Monday. And so I saw this and I knew as long as we bounce there and break above the monthly bottom, then we've got a potential at least up to 82, right? So that gives you 77, or if you got in here where I called it out, it gives you 75 all the way up to 82. If we break above this, then we have the potential all the way up to 91, which happened. We actually rejected at the weekly midpoint right here. And if we get over this, then 106 is possible. And again, these are just a guide. I use them as a confluence, but as you can see, it works pretty well. And it just so happens, like, because of news, they just kind of smash through a bunch of levels. But if we look at it on, why is this not moving? Hello? All right. It's going to look, like kind of crazy because we have a lot of clouds here. But I guess let me get rid of some just to clean this up. I'll just keep the daily, and then that way you guys can see, kind of exactly what I'm showing here. It'll just make everything cleaner. Or actually, let me leave the quarter on, because the quarterly cloud is closed right now, but it's like way down here. So with these clouds, especially if it's closed, let me zoom in for you guys. Try to make this easier to see. I don't know if you can see, but it's like darker gray through here, right? And then it becomes basically translucent. And then it's a darker gray, translucent, darker gray, so on and so forth. When it's darker gray, it's saying that the cloud is closed. And there's pretty much just, other than news, there's really very little chance that price will go through it. It did happen here, but you can see like it barely peeked through and then it rejected back below. But generally, once these are closed, like very, very good chance that they're not going to get broken. I don't see any great examples. Anyway, what I wanted to show you guys is like here, for example, we broke above and then came back inside and then retested here, sold all the way off to the far side of the daily cloud, right? Same thing here, kind of went below, retested all the way up to the far side of the cloud. Broke back below, retested almost down to the far side of the cloud. Came here, hit it, retested all the way back down to the far side of the cloud. Here they hit, bounced, sold off, bounced all the way to the far side of the cloud. This is our retest, and then they gapped it all the way down, right? So these work very well. This here, like this retest failed. It doesn't work 100% of the time, obviously, but it works well enough, consistently enough that you can make money just trading off of these clouds. The other trade setup that we look for on these, I don't see it, but here we're looking at like breaking inside, retesting, and selling off. They can break above the cloud, retest, and then go higher, or break below the cloud, retest, and go lower. In this case here, if we really zoom in, the clouds were closed, right? And this is where, this was Monday when I talked about Netflix, right, being in a good place to buy. We are at the daily cloud. It's closed. Very, very little chance that we break below it and stay below it. They did go a little bit below, and then from there we got the rocket, and so that basically is the reason that I called out Netflix on Monday. But then also, when I look at this, when I look at the full send indicator, sorry, I'm just trying to put everything into perspective. When I look at this, right, I look on a bunch of time frames. It might be hard to see, but like this is 30-day 1 hour, 30-day 30-minute, 30-day 65-minute, 30-day 2 hour, 30-day 4 hour, 1 day or 1 year 1 day, 3 year week, 10-year month. These lower time frames I just use for like intraday trading. 30 minutes and above I use for swing trading. And if I have a full send on 30-minute, 1 hour, 65-minute, 2 hour, and 4 hour, I'm probably going to catch a really big move. So anyway, I use this full send indicator as well as Confluence with my clouds. And then I also will look at naked charts and figure out, where I want to enter trades, where I want to close trades, so on and so forth. I look at a lot of information. This is the part that's awkward, again, that I don't like to talk about, but for those of you that know me, I'm not here selling courses. Actually, this has nothing to do with me. This is a proprietary indicator that was created by Shorty. This is proprietary that was created by Shorty. If you're interested in getting it, he has a package where you can buy these indicators. And I should mention these clouds, they cost him. It cost him. What in the world? I don't understand why I'm not able to look over here, but whatever. It cost him over $100,000 to develop these. So it wasn't something that was cheap. It was a huge, momentous task, and they have stood up through the test of time. Like if I pull up SPY, you can see over and over and over again where SPY has either bounced off of the clouds, where you could get into calls, or where it's rejected, where you can get into puts, especially where the clouds are closed. That's generally a really easy trade to take. Anytime price hits a closed cloud, if it's at the top, you grab puts. If it's at the bottom, you grab calls. But anyway, he sells all of these indicators, meaning the clouds, the full send, and also lifetime access to his Discord for $1,200. I think it was $1,200. Pretty sure it's $1,200. If that's something you're interested in, you can DM me and I'll put you in touch with Shorty. Again, the only reason I'm mentioning this is because I was asked to show like my process when I'm looking at charts. And so I don't want to show you a bunch of stuff that you don't have access to that's not going to help you. So again, if you're interested, it is available. There is a cost. I do have classes that teach how to use all of this stuff. So if it does happen to be something you're interested in, just reach out and I'll put you in touch with Shorty. So for Microsoft, kind of a similar setup where, and I should explain the difference here. These are the clouds, but they're flat, meaning that whatever price the cloud is currently at, it just makes like a flat line. So it's kind of easier to look at. These clouds here are showing like the actual movement of the clouds. And I should also just kind of explain this really quickly since I'm talking about them. This one here, what's it called? Can't English right now. Oh, so this one here is showing like the actual movement of the clouds. And just to like kind of quantify how this works, you can see like the larger clouds like this one here, the movement is very gradual, right? Whereas we have lower time frame clouds that have more drastic moves. So like this is a daily cloud, which means this can move once every day, right? This one here is our weekly cloud. This one can move once a week. This is going to be our monthly cloud. This one can move once a month. This is a quarterly cloud, so this one can move once every 3 months. So it's not like these clouds just, randomly move, like, and make these big drastic moves to kind of keep up with where price is trading. They move very gradually, basically. And so for Microsoft, where I missed the ball is they literally came down and tested the bottom of the monthly cloud and bounced right from there. And then I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of a little bit hard to see, but right after the bounce happened, the daily cloud closed. So pretty unlikely that price is going to go back through here. Most likely it's going to go to the far side up here. TX Digital Diver, this is available for TradingView. They work. They're just not quite as accurate as the ones on Thinkorswim. but they are accurate, just not quite as great. But also on Thinkorswim, Shorty was not able to recreate the full send indicator. So I can show you guys the clouds on TradingView. You'll see they're very similar. And actually, for those ones, you don't have to buy, like you don't have to buy that package I was talking about. That one, on TradingView, you can control who has access to things. So basically, like if you join Shorty's Discord as a monthly member, he'll give you access to the clouds. And then if you leave the Discord, he'll take your access away. Is this it? No, I think this is it. So you can see this is Microsoft. And if you remember what we just looked at on Thinkorswim, literally, it's pretty identical. We bounced off the monthly bottom, right? Came back inside the daily closed. So these are available on TradingView. And then you can also get really, what's the word? Like you can get down to a really like micro time frame if you wanted to. So like if I go into the settings for this, I need to remember how to do this. Oh, here. So like I can go like whatever time frame I want. So like if you're using it to day trade, you can even go down to 1 minute clouds. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And you can see even with those, like, it would have indicated, at the 4 hour, I think the 4 hour, it says it's 4 hour, but that's actually 5 minutes. So at the 5 minute top, it said like this would be a spot to sell, right? And you almost went to the 5 minute bottom. So, you can really like dial this stuff down. Like here, the daily, I don't remember what I set it at, 30 minutes. Here from the daily, if you sold, it came all the way down almost to the daily mid. Here it ended up hitting the daily mid. And I should add, like, the midpoints are good places to close trades. But also on top of that, you're hitting the weekly top, which happens to be a 1 hour cloud. So like you can use these on like macro time frames for day trading and whatever else. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're good. There's just no full send on TV. And then realistically, I wouldn't recommend going any lower than like a 30-minute cloud for day trading. But you can do whatever you want to do. I'll show you guys the 30-minute cloud really quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn all the other clouds off. Yeah. Well, so here's one of the trade setups that we talked about, right? When you're below, you break above, retest, that's your spot to enter. And then you would close here. So that's, again, 30-minute cloud. And actually, sorry, you would enter here, you would trim your position here, and you would close here. Um, or you just close your full position at the midpoint. Here, where is it? Like, we came in, hit, retested. This would be your entry for puts. It ends up chopping for a bit. These are 5 minutes, so it's not like a big deal. This would be where you would trim your position, and then you would have got stopped out on the rest, right? Um, Eventually, they do come and hit the bottom of the 30-minute cloud. Um, Same thing here. Came below, retest. That's your entry. That's where you would trim, or close, depending on you as a trader. If you're just looking from cloud to midpoint, that's great. Um, but sometimes you do get that full move from one side to the other. Um, I don't know if I showed this one, but yeah, we broke above, retested again, trim, close. Um, and like, you could just look at this. It happens over and over and over again. They are pretty damn accurate, right? They didn't give us a retest here, unfortunately. I guess this is your retest, and you would have got a decent move down. No retest here. Also, no retest for all of this move. Here's a retest. So broke above, retest, trim, close. Here's your retest again. Broke below, retested. This is your entry. You probably close here, right? But you could have made even more. They even gave you another retest and sold off. I think I covered this one. Broken. Yeah, I did. But anyway, it just happens over and over. This is tap. This is your retest. Close at the midpoint or trim. And then they actually gapped down, right? So these work very well. Like, obviously not 100%, but they work well enough of the time that you'll make money if you're just trading based off of those. Definitely something that you want to be watching. All right. I think I just gave all of the guidance, right, Digital Diver? There are classes on it in Shorty's Discord. Trying to look for. It's probably going to be impossible to find because actually it might be easier for me to search directly on my YouTube, because here on Discord, like whatever, like cloud services are coming up. Let me search really quick in YouTube. Okay.
Why is Amazon paying me $60?
Has anybody tried to link somebody a video and you accidentally send them the link to an ad? That's always a good time. All right, so here is the class on full send and the clouds. Again, yeah, you're not going to find this on TradingView. I think you could search for it and like you'll see it, but it's an invite only script. So like Orbit Straight Clouds or Shorty Clouds is the name, but they're invite only. But anyway, again, I'm not selling anything. I'm not a salesperson, but if it's affordable for you, I would 100% hop on the deal that Shorty has. Um, some some people charge like $1,200 a year for Discord. Um, Shorty's a market maker. He's a great teacher. He's very knowledgeable. But not only are you getting like lifetime access to his Discord, you're also getting these invaluable tools. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to talk about this anymore because I'm not here trying to sell something. And I wouldn't even be talking about this if Anderson hadn't asked what my process is when I'm looking at stocks. Um, anyway, with all of that said, I'm going to go hop in the shower, get ready for work. And I should see you guys live in the morning. Um, if they tap this in the overnight session, we're probably not looking to be in calls there. Probably want to get at the November value area high, just an FYI. Um, anyway, with that said, as always, much love, much respect, everybody. Should see you about an hour after the market open. I know I didn't look at fear and greed index. I mean, we can do it really quickly. We should be neutral right now. Probably midpoint of neutral. And I didn't look at the market calendar, and that's because we looked at it yesterday, and there's nothing happening tomorrow. We should be right around here somewhere. Oh, we're back in fear. Okay. Nothing happening tomorrow, except for an hour before the New York session opens. There's some stuff going on, but that's not going to affect people trading options or trading the New York session. All right. So should see you all in the morning. As always, much love, much respect to everybody. Y'all have a good one. Peace out, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye. He said, wait. I literally just clicked end stream, and it's like, are you sure? Yeah, I have a limit order at 68.81, not 68.81.50. This is my order. I mean, this is not my actual order, but yeah, my order is at 68.81. Stop loss at 68.67. Take profit at 69.08. And it's 2 MES. I don't normally trade this small, but I want my stop loss to be below these single prints. And in order to get in here, the only way I'm going to do it, I'm not going to put a huge stop loss on like one full contract of ES and take whatever this is, 14 points on ES. Let me do math really quick. Well, actually, it's $600, right? Roughly. So 50 times 16, did I say, or 14? Oh, 700. I've never been good at math. But yeah, I'm not taking a $700 loss on this trade. So that's why I'm trading really small position. And if it hits, cool. If I get stopped out, whatever. I really don't care. I don't even remember what my risk is. I think it's $150 if I remember correctly, but I'm not even worried about it. Trades like this, just, you know, over long term, one risk, two reward. It's money. All right. As always, much love, much respect, y'all. Peace out. We will see you tomorrow.